Grunge became a noun. It seemed a way to pigeonhole a bunch of bands.
Along the way, somebody decided to call it grunge.
What is grunge? Does it involve a flannel shirt?
Stoned.
Come on.
Jerry! Welcome to the grunge. Welcome to the show.
Lunge.
Welcome to the show that we do about grunge and stuff.
Sponge.
Go, Jerry.
That was my MC there. I was
Jerry's already on the phone, so I'm just going to say, welcome to the grunge. We are a podcast informationally exploring the big four of the Seattle Sound. We talk about Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Nirvana, and motherfucking Alice in Chains.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, do we love them.
Right on.
We love them all.
I do. The more
Love
I do
them
this, before when I first started, I did not care.
Hey,
Now I care.
Some a little more than others.
Mm-hmm.
But there's lots to love.
There is.
Lots to love. Thank you all for joining us on this, what fucking day is it?
Today is a Wednesday, the 20th.
We are recording on a Wednesday, but I guess
July 22nd.
Many of our good people here might be listening on a Monday or a Tuesday or any other day.
Washing dishes, doing your chores, listening to us.
Send us a selfie.
Banter.
When you do put on this, guys, right now, do this.
Take a picture.
I want this. Right now, as you're listening to the show, grab your little fucking cell phone and you take a quick selfie of wherever you are right now. Mm-hmm. Whatever you're doing, got your headphones or your earbuds or you're in your kitchen or you're in your car, even if you're driving in your car.
Yeah.
Take your phone and take a selfie.
The faster, the better.
Right now.
What I say.
Do it. No, please be careful if you are driving. But seriously, grab that fucking thing.
Selfie. Reckless selfies.
Just take a little selfie, send it right into us.
Mm-hmm.
Send it via any platform you like, really. If you want to use the email, it's thegrungepodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Send it over. Jerry, how are you? What's up?
Nothing much, man. Today was a pretty useless week. Nothing happened. I mean, there was nothing there. It's empty. I know that we have a form.
Like life itself, really.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, I'm full of life here. Right. But yeah, I think everything's been going pretty swimmingly. It's nothing interesting about you. Anything?
It's just another fucking day, Jerry.
Right on.
But just one day closer to the end.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall here. We have to not the fourth wall, whatever wall you break when
no walls here,
we have very limited time to do our normal talk. Because we're going to talk. We talk to somebody. We're going to talk to somebody for this episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I don't know how to approach this anymore.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to read some recent messages that we got in. By the way, guys, thanks for checking in. Today we're covering the original motion picture soundtrack to the film Singles.
Yep.
By Cameron Crowe.
And Cameron Crowe-like. That film is... Ooh, that has his fingerprints all over it, as it should. He is the director.
For sure.
And even in listening to the soundtrack.
He's entrenched in music and the music business and music, rock and roll music history.
He swam.
He's married to a legit rock and roller himself, married to Nancy Wilson of Heart. Right? Is that right?
That's
Nancy Wilson.
True. I think that's Nancy Wilson. There's the other Wilson sister.
There's an Ann and a Nancy.
Nancy,
I believe
Nancy.
Cameron is married to Nancy, the guitar player. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what we're doing today, guys. Single soundtrack. Right now, I'm going to get into a few messages that have been sent in. First, Bill Stowers. Stowers.
My man.
Bill, how do I say your goddamn name?
It's Stowers.
He writes in, hey, just listen to the Tool episode. He's referring to one of our Patreon bonus episodes. Bill is a patron. Just listening to the Tool episode, great choice. Undertow would be awesome too, eventually. So, Joe, Bill, I don't know who you're referring to, but when you mentioned hanging out with A Perfect Circle backstage, I was hoping you would mention James Iha. Is it Iha? Right? I'm going to say Iha. I don't know. James Iha, did you get to talk with him much at all? And do you have any general opinions on him? The Smashing Pumpkins are my favorite band ever, and I've always thought James seemed like a pretty cool guy. Bill, I did not have any interaction
No.
with James because my contact with the band was Troy, the guitar player. There was Billy, the bald guy, and Troy. And our contact was Troy. And James wasn't in the band at that point. James eventually joined to serve basically as Troy's replacement. So all James did was come in and basically fuck up my gig. We don't know James.
But you couldn't ask for a better way. Guys accomplished. James Eha has been around forever, so it works.
He don't mean much to me.
Well, a lot of people liked him.
He was fine. He's fine.
He did seem approachable. I mean, in pictures and in interviews. So
Yeah,
I
I'm sure he's fine. I don't.
He just.
When I think of guitar players,
No, I don't think. James.
I never think of James. When I think of bands,
I don't think it's Smashing.
I never think of any band that James was in.
No.
When I think of riffs, I couldn't tell you one that James Eha wrote. So
And
he's as fine as anybody else.
And he cut you off from Perfect Circle.
Yeah, and he fucked up my whole gig. But Bill, we will in fact be doing more Tool albums. We just decided, fuck it, we're gonna do a ton of everything that I say we're gonna do. That's just
we
what we're
cover
gonna
the
do.
Big Four and the other 188 bands.
Yeah, we cover approximately 200 different bands. Next message, another one of our fantastic patrons, Hassie Way. Hassie writes in regarding the White Zombie episode. She says, I'm so glad you guys chose this album. The song I Am Legend is a nod to the Vincent Price movie Last Man on Earth. I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's basically him sitting in a house drinking and killing zombies/vampires. It's based off the book I Am Legend, which has influenced a lot of films. I agree that the lyrics are pretty convoluted, though. LOL.
Will Smith did that too. I Am Legend.
Yeah, Will Smith did a version of I Am Legend, sure. That song is one of my favorite on that White Zombie album. Right. I fucking love that one, and I particularly do love the lyrics. They are ridiculous, but
it's a badass
but
saying.
great.
Badass saying,
I really love that era of Rob Zombie's lyrics. That's my favorite.
Just cool things to say, and then say them, and it doesn't have to make any sense at all.
Absolutely. It was nowhere near his list of priorities. Like, does this make sense? It wasn't even a question. It wasn't a matter. I don't think once he considered, does that make sense?
Is that a cogent? Is
Is there a story here?
Is this a salient point?
Yeah.
No.
There isn't. There definitely isn't. Okay. Who's next? Another patron. Goddamn, our patrons.
They are
getting
active.
all up in this. Mark Morton.
Mark.
Mark has to say, so far, my favorite episodes are ones where both hosts make vivid anecdotal connections to the given album. Psalms, the recent Soundgarden episode, seemed like a bit of a struggle because it was a wholly new experience for Jerry, and he almost seemed frightened to even discuss Black Sabbath, who were integral to the development of the grunge sound. I don't know if you both do any memory regression type of thinking at all before recording each episode, but maybe that could help future episodes.
Oh, thanks, Mark. That's a good friend of mine too, saying that. I wasn't terrified of it.
Terrified.
I was terrified. I knew it was short. I didn't want to trample all over it. I had to give it an opportunity. I couldn't find it either. Like I did. Oh, yeah. I only knew it as Psalms, so I typed in Psalms. That's not what it's called,
Oh, is it? Do they have it listed by the long name?
The whole long name.
Oh, now you see, back in the day, I never even knew about that whole long name because on the CD, I believe it just said Psalms.
Right.
The version I had said Bad Motorfinger / Psalms. Right. Because it was both.
There was all 4 or 5 of them, and as soon as I got to it, then I knew. But yeah, I was terrified, no, scared, no, but unfamiliar for sure because it was the first time I couldn't just breeze through it and listen to it.
Yeah,
like I did with this today. I mean,
that was a good fucking little. It's only a little EP. I know it's cover songs and stuff, but I love Soundgarden
to hear them do
so
the
much.
Stones is cool.
Yeah. Speaking of today on this singles soundtrack, so guys, if you don't know, I mean, hopefully you know, but. The movie Singles came out, and, it was this early 90s
September 18th, 1992.
thing. It's a romantic comedy.
It's basically a rom-com. That's why I didn't watch it the first time.
And it's set right in this early 90s grunge rock scene in Seattle.
Right.
That is the setting. That's the whole premise. There are these singles running around, mingling with one another.
Find love, struggling relationship, pining for love.
In the midst of this fantastic... exploding music scene.
Well, yeah, it sort of almost seemed like when it came out, like they were capitalizing on it.
Yeah. So not only are there a bunch of our favorite people in the movie, Mr. Chris Cornell, Eddie Vedder, Jeff Ament, Stone Gossard is in the movie. Who else is in there? Alice in Chains are playing live in the movie. Soundgarden is playing
Vedder
live in
pops
the movie.
up as
Eddie, did I say Ed? No, Ed's in there. Yeah.
There's a lot of people in this
There's
movie.
a lot.
And it seemed like a good it seemed like a good way to get exposure. And when we get to that Soundgarden song, I think Birth Ritual is like
That is a killer Soundgarden
I can only
song.
imagine, like, hey man, you're gonna get mainstream appeal on a soundtrack, a major motion picture soundtrack.
Yeah.
Here, throw this in there. Like it's totally
So on our
offbeat.
soundtrack today that we're listening to is, a great mix of some of those bands, Alice in Chains,
It's a good taste, man.
Pearl Jam, Soundgarden.
Paul Westerberg's on this.
The first time we get to hear a solo Chris Cornell song was its first appearance of that happening.
And when I put this on Twitter, people were very happy that this was something that we were going
That
to
is a great song.
Seasons
Seasons
is
is really
well
like what a great fucking little jam that is.
super passionate.
The two Pearl Jam songs on this album, State of Love and Trust and Breath, are amongst my very favorite Pearl Jam songs. I really love these. And when I talk about the early days of bassist Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam, this really kind of encapsulates that. These songs, his fretless bass work on some of this stuff is fantastic.
You know, he dressed Matt Dillon for this movie.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
He took they took a lot of his regular clothes and gave them to Matt Dillon for to play Cliff.
Yeah. Now, okay. Before we get in too deep, what we're going to do now is something we've not officially done before on the show. We're going to have one of our patrons call in and be here live on the show with us. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Jerry?
I'm
Are you
into
with
it.
me?
I'm here. Sorry,
Are you with me?
There for a second.
Jerry just had I wasn't sure Jerry was still alive.
I got
just
lost in
now.
your eyes, man. I'm sorry.
All right, so we're going to do that.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you're through.
Holy shit.
It worked. Thank God.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was looking up a fact to make sure about something that was relevant.
You did more than I do.
No facts allowed on this
Yeah,
podcast.
that's not how we do it, man.
I was looking up where Paul Westerberg was from. I knew he was from here, but I didn't know what
Oh,
city.
yeah.
Oh, that's why he's
That's
so
true.
That's why he's so white.
All right, so wait, how do we we're recording. Jess, also, just so I know, do we have permission to record the visual or only the audio? Totally your call.
Do I look okay?
You look okay
You're
to us.
wonderful. You're fantastic.
Okay.
We are
Make
the
sure-
problem.
Yeah.
No, you're fine then.
Awesome.
Sweet. All right, Jerry. How do we begin this officially?
Okay, give me a second here. Here we go. Give me 1 minute. We are good morning. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Jess. Here, 1, 2, 3, and go. Good morning, Jessica. Jess. I keep on saying Jessica.
Jess,
It's
God damn
It's
it.
Jess. Good morning, Jess. This is
Morning.
Jess is one of our first ever patrons. She's been down since day one, the OG of the original Grunge podcast. Welcome to the show, Jess.
Thank you. Nice to do this again.
Nice to
So
be back.
just so everybody knows, we're having this little chat with Jess. She is a member of our Patreon channel over there, or whatever
the
it is.
$10
That's what I call it.
the F
Right.
yeah.
And so we attempted to do this once, Jess. We did do it, and Jerry and I had no fucking idea what we were doing, as is usually the case
And
when we attempt to do something new here.
And we're all three of us are very chatty people, so it was a very long conversation. There's nothing wrong with that. And I could talk to you all day. Now that we're text friends, we probably want to keep that there as far as like the complete thing.
Maybe
but like,
keep it relevant.
that's the thing, and
Yeah.
we didn't do that very well.
We
first
had
time.
I don't know. We approached it like, all right, we're going to talk to Jess now, and then we went and just talked to Jess,
Mhm.
and we could have chatted for 2 more hours,
Right, and it was on top.
At no
of
point
other
were we
things.
thinking, oh wait, we have to fit this in a normal podcast.
Which you also,
Well-
you had the Titanic a podcast. It was like a 3-hour long show. Yeah,
I was going to say, more content is probably better, just so that you have more for editing. So
there you go.
as long as you need, I'm pretty much here. So
Awesome. Well, what got you into the grunge movement?
oh yeah, we talked about this last time.
But we couldn't edit it out because I just kept
this is
talking.
all new.
I know. No, what did I say last time? I want to try and keep somewhat relevant or consistent. A very special someone in my life. This was very important to him, still is, and he's from the area. And so when we started dating, I was like, hey, all right, I should check this out, see what it is, because my parents didn't really listen to it, and I was really young when this came out. So, and I ended up really liking one of the bands, and that was it.
Well, which one? What band was that?
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden.
That's your sweet Screaming Life shirt that you got from Seattle,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Fucking A. I was jealous of that shirt.
Yeah.
After you showed me that shirt, I was like, fuck, I should have told her to get me that shirt. Damn it.
You got to send measurements and all that stuff. It's too much of a hassle. I enjoy the Space Needle sticker. Thank you. That's on the back of my 20-year-old Avalon now.
I did pass the sticker along to Jerry
Yesterday. I was like, I demanded it. But yeah, how did you happen upon our thing though? I mean, we're pretty obscure.
So that's kind of funny. So you have another patron who I work with named Dylan, and we work in the same department. And so before this, I started getting into it because, again, my connection was my special someone, my boyfriend. So like, okay, I want to dive into this, see what's going on. And, he's also really into it. And so we would just talk about stuff, and I'd be like, hey, I need something for today. And he's like, all right, you should try Mudhoney today, and we'll do this. Or it'd be just like recommend albums between him and my boyfriend. It was recommend some albums for me, and I'll listen to it through the workday. And so I don't know when it was. It was like a Monday or something. And I came over to like talk about work stuff. And he's like, hey, Jess, this podcast just started. It's a couple episodes in. We should check it out. I'm like, yeah, we should check it out. Let's do it.
That's great.
I am shocked and pleasantly surprised you stuck with it through the whole way.
Yeah. Now, so we're digging into the singles soundtrack. Do you already have any relationship with that movie or soundtrack album at all? Have you experienced all that?
Yes, I do. I do. And yeah, I would say that's probably the first thing I actually listened to.
Oh.
If actual just besides whatever was on the radio, because you can't escape things on the radio sometimes.
Yeah.
So for us in Minnesota, we'd only get like the great hits of like a couple of them. I didn't hear a lot of the other ones. So the first time I visited Seattle, I was, visiting a couple people because I had a friend that lived out there too. And was hanging out with the boyfriend, and he's like, all right, welcome to Seattle. Here you go. We're listening to this. So
Played the hits for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. And you're a lover of Soundgarden. And this album was the first time we get a taste of solo Chris Cornell. If you were following along in real time in the world when this album came out, that was the first time we got a taste of solo Chris Cornell. And in my opinion, a pretty fucking kick-ass Soundgarden song.
All right.
Birth Ritual.
The most avant-garde song you can put
on. Are you into these, Jess?
Yes, because it was funny. So like I listened to it. Oh gosh, that was about a year ago was when I was there for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the movie later because just didn't have time and whatever.
Sure.
Because trying to fit Let's Go Around Seattle in a day is quite a feat.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. A lot of traffic too.
But so I watched it later, and I've obviously gone back several times. And I think the time after I went back, I went to the Sub Pop shop for the first time, and I bought one of the compilation Chris Cornell CDs. And so I stuck that in, and they had Seasons on there. I'm like, I remember this from last time. So that, for some reason, that was the one that stuck out. It was that, and like one or two other songs when I heard it again. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
But it's my favorite on the entire single soundtrack is definitely Seasons.
You can't
Yeah.
beat that. It was the one that got the most love when I told people about that's what we're doing next. It's like
Online.
seasons and seasons and season, and then there was a couple other things, the Pearl Jam songs, of course, but like Seasons is the shining star on that album.
Yeah. And I really love that Soundgarden song.
And it's just so frustrating. You can't find a negative about Chris Cornell. And I try. It's just that there's everything the guy does. It just gets better and better, and I don't see that ending anytime soon.
Yeah, so that's definitely because I don't know. I wanted to prepare and tried to listen to as much of it as I could before this.
Yeah.
I got over halfway through, and I'm like, oh, I can't pass Seasons up. I have to listen to it. Tons of times. I'm listening to it again.
Yes, and you only miss Smashing Pumpkins, man. You're all right.
So where do you stand with, you know how the show works, on the main podcast, we do the big four, as we call it. We assume your primary love is Soundgarden.
Yes.
And where would you rank the other three behind Soundgarden?
It's a loaded question.
Oh, it was
Choose
super
wisely.
funny. No, it's easy for me. So I talked to Dylan about this. Oh, it was months ago, probably back when it was not 100 degrees outside. Because I know you guys think we just have snow all the time, but
No, you get hot. It's mosquitoes.
it's 90 with 90% humidity, and I hate it.
Yeah.
So, but we were talking about it. I think it was the Rock of Seattle day. I don't remember when that was. Was it March or April? Next time that comes around, I'll have to send you a link because I think you would like it a lot. Because they played everything.
Oh.
It was awesome. But we were listening to it on a walk, and I was like, yes, Soundgarden's up here, a deep chasm, and then all the rest of it.
Yeah.
At least you're honest.
He thought it was funny. But Alice in Chains would definitely be my next one.
Oh,
for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're on board with that. I'm
And
on
then
board with that. This is big.
probably,
This is big.
I know, because I'm thinking about it, and honestly, for me, like, I probably like more songs from one versus the other, but I like the songs that I like more from the other one over the other one.
Let me guess.
No, don't ruin this moment. What is it?
The fewer songs, the more intense love.
This is a big deal.
Is Nirvana.
No.
No? Oh. I kind of feel better about that. The fewer songs with the more intense love is Pearl Jam?
Yes.
Okay. I feel okay with that.
So Nirvana's 4.
Because I value quality over quantity, Jerry.
Well, this ends the interview. Jessica, Jess, thank you so much for being on the Grunge.
Why are you rushing her off?
Because it was the wrong. She chose unwisely.
No, that was a great answer. You leave her alone, Jerry. How dare you? Jess, we know that you know about my feelings. And I have to say, sometimes, like, I don't spend until we did this podcast and we started getting more into the conversations about, airing out all this stuff, feelings about Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Kurt and all this stuff, I don't spend any time thinking about Kurt.
No.
You know what I mean? It wasn't until I was forced to, it just came up. We were talking.
It's a public.
And then I got to thinking, I was like, I hadn't quite put my finger on why for all those years.
Mm-hmm.
It was so hard for me to get into Nirvana.
Right.
And that was definitely it. Because back then, at the time, when all these bands were putting out, like when Nirvana had put out Nevermind and Pearl Jam had then put out Versus, it was particularly around then that it really came to light, this whole Pearl Jam versus Team Nirvana, Team Pearl Jam, that kind of thing. And I never even had a moment to think about it. I was just so solidly into Team Pearl Jam that there was no fucking with it.
Mm.
And that,
well, here's my stance on it, and it has nothing to do with personnel, because honestly, I love Dave Grohl's drumming. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's for me, it's down to voice.
Oh, well, yeah.
Voice.
Well,
Super huge for me.
I can't argue with that.
So I love Chris Cornell's voice. It's fantastic. I don't think any of them can beat it. I'm sorry. So for me, that's it. And then it goes. I mean, I like most of the music behind it, but actually I do. But voice is super important for me. So out of the four of them, I think Kurt Cobain has the weakest voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
no
and
question.
by design. I mean, he wrote what served him. It all worked out.
Nobody
really well
is a fan of Nirvana because of the technical prowess of the voice or the instrument.
It's just catchy.
It's
fun.
all about the songwriting and the feeling.
And that's where I landed, and that's why I put. I mean, you can't argue with the craftsmanship of Pearl Jam, but then I put Nirvana up there because it's just something I liked more. It just appealed to me at the time, and it still does. I mean,
for sure. As far as just especially if we're talking frontmen, singers, Chris Cornell is hard to fuck with all time, in the world.
I'm having a really hard time finding somebody else, and I want to. You want to put you want David Lee Roth, but
I love David.
David Lee Roth. I
great.
love Dave. Dave is a all-time great, super, super duper frontman. As again, the technical prowess of his vocals.
No,
who gives a fuck?
No one can do that.
Yeah,
I mean, you almost got to go to Andrea Bocelli to find a guy a little bit better than Chris Cornell.
Now, Jess, are there any albums that we've covered so far on the podcast? Any of the episodes that were new to you that you have been kind of turned on to? Like, what is this? I really do like this. I'm going to listen to it some more.
Yes. For me, because I am still more new into this as well. Like I said, it was more
me too.
Me. Ultra Mega OK, I'm kind of obsessed.
Cool.
Oh.
The most aptly named album ever. Like, it's happening and it's all right, But
there's a handful on there that I'm like, you can't beat the vocals.
Yeah.
Beyond
the Wheel.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That dude could just sing over a lawnmower.
That instantly shot up into one of my favorites of theirs.
Awesome.
So
I'm sure I probably told this story when we did that album, but I saw them live in 2012 when they first reunited, and I went to see them, and I was just, wishing they would play Beyond the Wheel, not expecting that they would, considering where that song falls in their catalog. I thought a newly reunited band would be laying on some of the hits more than some of the weird, obscure early shit. But they played Beyond the Wheel, and it damn near killed me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could have just exploded inside. It was so fucking great, and they killed it. I couldn't believe that I was with my own eyes watching Ben Shepherd just being a fucking ridiculous badass while they played Beyond the Wheel. I was so happy. So happy, Jess.
I've never had a live moment like that, so I'm happy all of you are enjoying all of this.
Now, Jess, I don't remember if we've talked about this, but have you caught any of these guys live?
No.
Me neither.
No.
But me and you are on the same track.
Hoping, I mean, related, because you have to say they're related. I'm hoping that I can go to a Mudhoney concert, hopefully, if it doesn't get canceled again.
Do they have something currently booked?
Yeah, there. Yeah, they did, and they had to cancel it, and they had to reschedule it.
You're in a good spot, though. Minnesota is a hub, a musical hub of sorts. A lot of that has to do with Prince and stuff like that. But
I'd be traveling for that.
Okay. Well, hopefully, for your sake, they get it together.
Yeah.
They meaning everyone in the world.
Yeah, really.
Can we stop with this already? Can we get live shows back? I just want to see a goddamn concert.
You can go to your local bar and sit outside with 6 chairs and watch a grunge cover band.
That's
if you want to do that. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to do that eventually too.
I did see Candlebox. That was interesting.
Oh yeah,
that's a huge one. Surprisingly, people are very into Candlebox.
It's wild.
Like a lot of my friends join. They're like, we're not into it. I saw Silverchair. I guess that's the only real grunge band I accidentally saw. I saw them open for Blink-182. I got free tickets.
I saw it last year because it was coming around. I'm like, yeah, I want to go to something because the thing, I kind of took a while for going back to concerts. It had been a long time. So I was like, yeah, I want to go. And so I managed to get a friend to go with me. And we liked the opening act way better than Candlebox.
Sweet.
Who was the opening act? Do you remember?
Yes. It would not be anything you guys would know. It was a Chicago band.
Oh, Chicago.
That was called Dead Original. And the guy likes to think he looks like Kurt Cobain. And that kind
It's not a hard look to pull off.
no,
Jerry, you should go for more of a Kurt Cobain look. Why don't
I
you?
shouldn't have shaved my head, man.
You got to grow your hair.
That's what's happening. I'm gonna do it.
because this guy also has a tribute Nirvana band because he worked enough like it that they needed to sing one Nirvana song.
Wow.
His cardigan budget must be through the roof.
But I liked them. They were really good live. I managed to, snag their CD. I'm like, I liked it enough.
What is a Candlebox song? I don't know the name of the song.
Left Behind.
Far Behind. Yeah. That's their song.
Yeah.
There's a couple good ones, but
what's the one? The more there was like the first one. It's like a one-word title. Damn it!
I don't know.
He's in the video. He looks like Andy Wood. Like if you look at it, he looks like Andy Wood, and he's kind of singing like Andy Wood. Damn it! I can't think of it. I like the song. I can't think of the name.
He got drunk too fast and then started preaching about random crap. But I'm like, this is annoying.
Yeah. He did that. Foreigner did that when they weren't famous. The one concert I went to, I know I'm.
All right, Jerry, don't get off track now with Foreigner.
Foreigner just started.
Foreigner. I love Foreigner.
Me too. I was a big fan.
I got a handful of Foreigner jams on my phone at all times, but it's just like the most common Foreigner jams.
Like I saw Pat Benatar, Foreigner, Fleetwood Mac, and somebody else. It was a 4-person thing, and Foreigner came out, and it wasn't with the original lead singer. Right. And this guy just started cursing up a storm. Are you ready to fucking rock and roll? Like he was like, it was not a Foreigner thing. He went right into I want to know what love is after just a deluge of profanity.
All right, listen, Jess. Jerry's about to go crazy on this thing. I want to say sincerely, thank you so much for your support of our show.
Super support too.
We really do appreciate it. We do
welcome.
this thing because we're silly and I love this music so much, and I'm trying to drag Jerry into loving music this much. Mm-hmm. And we really love it that you are with us and you pay attention to us and support us. So thank you so much for that.
And your painting's on the way. It's coming.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
It's coming. It's been through 3 different versions of itself, but we'll find out what it is. You'll see. You'll be surprised.
All right. Well, this was a success. We've got some technical bugs. I think this was a good step in us making a professional broadcast.
You were the first, as you were the first in many of our ways, in many of our things. So it's a real honor to have talked to you. You're our first interview, one of our first patrons, one of our first fans. So it's a distinct honor. Thank you for whatever you do.
Jerry's so weird.
Buy a Toyota.
Jess, we're going to talk to you again soon. I hope you have a lovely day, the rest of your day. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Bye. Guys.
Okay, Jerry.
All right.
It's done. That was the first time we ever did that. How did it go?
Wonderful.
Okay.
That's so cool, man.
All right. Now, we're going to get to some shit. I got some little bit of facts to read. First, let me remind everybody, first of all, to everybody that is a regular listener, it's good to have you back. We love you. To some new listeners, we might get new listeners.
We did.
Sometimes we must, right?
We do.
I hope the hell we get some new ones once in a while.
I got a little review of a new listener that loves us.
So you guys, thank you for being new to the show and welcome. You should take a moment to go to thegrungepodcast.com. That is our website. I'm so proud of it because I was forced to build it myself. Mm-hmm. Thegrungepodcast.com. There you can find all of our social media platforms. Jerry is on the Twitter, so definitely please.
I have 16 more to go.
Join Jerry on the Twitter. I handle some of the other stuff. You can also send us email and stuff on the website, which we encourage you to do. Give us your feedback. Tell us what I did really good. Tell us what Jerry fucked up on. Mm-hmm. Tell us what you'd like us to cover or what you think of the show. Or you could be like, what was that guy's name? That fucking nerd. Joel,
my man.
Be like this guy, Joel, and write us some fucking hate mail. Mm-hmm. Be critical of us. See how that works for you.
My favorite type of mail is a compliment and then a backhanded insult.
Right.
It's a backhanded compliment, they call it. So I put it together. Right. I love the show. You talk too much. and then that's it.
But well, at least the good part. Here's how we know we might be on the right track, I guess. Mm-hmm. We get, the ratio of good, positive to negative comments and mail is, it's very overwhelmingly positive. Yeah. People generally enjoy the show. Otherwise, why the fuck would they be listening?
It's a podcast. It's self-inflicted.
Yeah. So that when we do get a negative one or something that's more critical, it stands out in such a way that we never forget it or
Never
stop
forget
talking
it.
about
It will
it.
be forever. That's why, you know what? That's why I'm gonna leave it alone. You know, and it's funny. Madonna even said like Madonna's been doing this for how long? You know, and she will
A long time.
She will only notice a sip of the person who's not doing anything.
Of course.
forever.
Yeah.
I mean, she's ancient as hell.
Yes.
She's doing platinum records, but she always notices the negative. Everyone does. It's also you know what's funny though? The positive ones are really cool and they're like they gush, but the negative ones are funny.
Yeah.
Like they work hard to.
Yeah,
sort of
I don't
be
mind at all
entertaining.
getting the
I love
negative
it.
ones.
I live in a
So
world
anyway,
where-
guys, just whatever. Give us some feedback. We encourage you to email and just communicate with us how your experience has been with the show.
and
you know?
yeah, I think it's been great for us. I'm having a great time.
Yeah. Yeah. Regardless of if you guys,
Yeah, fuck you guys.
like
This
it or
is-
not,
this gets me out of the
we're
house.
having a fairly good time. I got to be honest.
I get to play with dogs.
Yeah.
I'm living a good life over here.
And this is an excuse to get stoned at a time when maybe I wouldn't have been stoned.
That's why I wore this Eagles shirt.
Now, that's not nice, Jerry.
Well, no, I'll tell you why.
No,
because it
I
was.
don't- I'm going to actually blur that out on the YouTube
It's
video.
fine. Don't worry about it. On Sundays, the great thing about football games is that you could drink and get stoned at 1 p.m.
Jerry, can I just tell you something?
You don't like what this is organized sports. It's part of everyone's life.
I just realized I never would have probably noticed that had you not pointed it out. Mm-hmm. And now the whole time it's on my mind that I'm sitting here doing a podcast with that guy,
What do you mean that guy
that fucking guy
who wears a shirt with
wears a fucking Philadelphia Eagles shirt.
Okay, you wear a Satan shirt. Not
I'm not
today,
wearing a Satan
not
shirt.
today, but you have worn
I'm wearing
things
a
like that.
self-portrait of myself.
I was like, yeah, that's yeah. If you ever go to space, you're gonna cut the cord.
Dead
and
is
it's
a dead spaceman
spaceman.
floating in the depths of the universe. You know, with his fucking tether.
What's to say? People like football teams. People like baseball teams.
Well,
like
good for
basketball.
people.
What am I supposed to do? Come in here looking like
Take
do
your
I
shirt off
Do
right
I
now.
always have to be alt?
Take that off.
No, I'm not taking this.
You
off.
sit here shirtless.
No, I'm not doing that.
Do like I had to do in high school, and you turn that inside out. You're not wearing
What
that.
were you wearing that had to be turned inside out?
Whatever kind of devil shit I was wearing.
Well, there
back
we
then.
go. I'm not asking you to do that. What you wear does not define you. This is
Yes,
all
it
about
does.
individual.
When you wear an
expression.
Eagles shirt, it does.
Okay, well, I'm not fucking moving. I'm not doing anything with this shirt. It's going to stay on. We're going to talk about a soundtrack.
Guys, I'd like you to go to thegrungepodcast.com/new host contest. We're going to get you guys. Send in a little video of why you should be Jerry's non-football
I hope you
shirt
get a
replacement.
Buccaneers or Patriots fan sitting next to you. Oh, yeah, I love the Buccaneers. I love, at least it's local.
Oh, all right, guys, here we go. I'm going to give you some information, right? We should do information.
Yeah, that's what we do.
God knows we'll get some fucking salty email about that. Singles is the original soundtrack album to the film Singles.
All right, that's
That's
as
it,
good
guys.
as it gets.
That's it. It's primarily focused on the ascendant Seattle grunge scene of the early 1990s. It also features contributions from Minneapolis's Paul Westerberg in his first solo material after the breakup of the Replacements. I love the Paul Westerberg songs on this album. Fucking love them. Let's see, Chicago's The Smashing Pumpkins, Whoop-De-Doo, and past Seattle rockers Jimi Hendrix and the Love Mongers featuring, which is Anne and Nancy Wilson of Heart, the latter wife of the movie's director, Cameron Crowe. It was released on June 30th, 1992. The album has been certified, listen to this, 2 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America.
Because it's the greatest hits. Because if you want to know anything about that
Because
era,
it said Pearl Jam on it.
well, there's that, but there's also
The soundtrack was reissued
has a
in a
bunch of
2
run
CD and
bands on
2 LP edition in May of 2017, coincidentally one day following Chris Cornell's death, although the release date had been announced in January.
What are we doing today? I thought there's only 11 songs on this. There's 28 of them in the other one. Are we doing 28 songs today?
Jerry, can you relax?
I'm just asking.
Just relax.
Because I
All
didn't,
right? You're going to be okay.
didn't research 28.
The soundtrack is considered to have helped open the door to the explosive popularity of the Seattle grunge in the early 90s, according to Steve Huey of AllMusic. Singles helped crystallize the idea of the Seattle scene in the mainstream public's mind, and was also one of the first big-selling 90s movie soundtracks. It went platinum and reached top 10 to feature largely new work from contemporary artists. Blah, blah, blah. It's really great. Mm-hmm. They go on and on and on and on. And it's great. It's my favorite movie soundtrack maybe ever. It's up there. It's definitely top, no question, top 3. It's probably top 2. it might be my favorite.
I don't know. I put Starship Troopers and RoboCop over it. That's not
Right.
even
well,
being
Jerry's
funny.
just
That's
being
in the Star
ridiculous
Wars
now. So
soundtrack.
this album starts with one from Alice in Chains. We've not heard it yet. The
We'll
song
be hearing
Wood.
it shortly, though. Like this, and then shortly thereafter.
A song inspired by, of course, Andrew Wood of Mother Love Bone.
I didn't know that until I did this, and that really there was two songs that I could do with my name, Jeremy and then Wood, and I put them together. I was like, I appreciated Wood significantly more than Jeremy at the time, because this is badass. This is what you want.
This is good shit.
And this is what, and for me, this is what Lane Staley will always look like with the hat, with not the hat, the slick back hair and the glasses. But I do like at the end of the video where they do the head thing, where they're Wood, the quick head turn.
They always had, their videos were, of this era anyway, were often fairly similar. They had a very similar tone, which was a lot of dark and brown, like reddish brown.
Angry
They
terror.
were demons. Lane was a fucking demon.
Yeah,
They
he
were,
looked it.
it was evil. Like, they were different in that way, big time, from all the other bands. They still had a much more metal sort of aesthetic.
The look, yeah.
Just a darker
But
look.
and it's in the Sap EP sort of like blew that to bits. Like you would put them in a metal category, but that acoustic thing in the middle just it didn't fit at the time. It was great EP. And they could harmonize.
Yeah, this is a great example of how beautifully Jerry and Lane's voices
Just
blended
worked so
together.
well. You can hardly tell them apart on occasions.
Yeah, yeah, it's so great the way they
the
sang
effects,
together.
the far away. God, I love this song.
I remember
this is what got me into the scene.
I remember the night I bought this album. I went to our local Granite Run Mall. Okay.
Not in existence anymore.
I went with a group of friends that I've spoken about on here before. I went for the purpose, I think, of buying this album. And I got it, and I remember I would occasionally go to this mall to goof around, play video games, get a record, whatever. And so over a little period of time, you would almost kind of make some friends at the mall who you would always see there. Like, oh, you're always here playing video games too, or
Yeah.
you're always in the record store too, whatever. And I made sort of flirty friends with this one young lady that was there that I didn't know outside of the mall.
Right.
And I was a little smitten with this girl. But again, I was young. I didn't drive. She lived in another area.
The mall was
the mall was what we had in common.
Center.
And but she was, she looked like kind of like my group of friends, like a alternative rocker chick of the day. And I just remember one night, it became apparent to me. I thought,
there it is.
I love that song so much, and I just
No, we're still
ruined
going.
the
No,
whole
we're gonna
thing.
do. We're gonna do another one.
Anyway, long story short, I believe the girl was gay. I eventually saw her and her girlfriend, and they were both cute. I wanted to join them both, but I didn't have the confidence at that point to attempt that, and so I just kind of let it go.
I think reasonable thought says if that person said homosexual.
All right, now be quiet. Listen, Jerry,
Wait, no,
Pearl
no,
Jam.
no, no,
Wait. This is super important. One of my favorite Pearl Jam songs in the world. Let's listen to Jeff Amen's fucking flowing fretless bass and beautiful song. Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
A new Pearl Jam song was fucking monumental at the time. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get it.
My dad worked at Aladdin's Castle, so you play video games at 92. I think that's where my dad was working.
I love that. That was my favorite place.
They had all the ones you could ride in. This whole thing takes a different turn when Pearl Jam is played. Like you have no there is so much bias. Like, oh, Pearl Jam's on now. Let me stop what the fuck I'm doing.
Shut your mouth, Jerry. I'm gonna mute your channel for this whole song.
What is this?
Breath.
I know. It just everything stops and Pearl Jam starts.
This song is really good, and his bass is fucking killer.
I want to like this. I really do. And I like Pearl Jam. But I don't know.
You're just not familiar, Jerry. You're very...
I'm aware of
You
this
have
song.
a hard shell at first, man. You don't want to like some shit. You don't, but you will like it if you allow. Let it in.
Let the breath in.
Let it in.
I have no experience with this song. I didn't know it existed.
Accumulate. Ooh. Listen to that bass line, bitch.
What album did this eventually get released on?
This is it.
Oh, it's just stayed on this soundtrack?
This is 10 era.
Oh, wow. So this lives only on this. Interesting. Very rarely does that happen in movie soundtracks. Somebody will pop it on something
Well, yeah,
else.
these were, at the time, stuff's gotten re-released over time, but never on an album, like a regular studio album. But at the time, these were all exclusives. Like, these were the first release of the Alice in Chains song, 2 Pearl Jam songs, a Soundgarden song, a Chris Cornell song, all released here
in state
first. Yeah, like,
except
that's
for
fucking
Wood,
cool.
Wood.
Yeah, Wood would eventually appear on Dirt, but at the time, this was it. This is the first release.
In fact, I remember seeing Alice in Chains Wood.
Have you
soundtrack.
taken notice to who's not on this album?
Nirvana's not on.
Oh! Too cool for school.
They were doing other things, man.
They were asked. Cameron Crowe approached and asked Nirvana
to
contribute a song.
Right.
And whereas all the other bands happily did because cool.
Did they get paid? They got to get paid.
Nirvana chose not to
Maybe they weren't
participate.
paid enough. I think Nirvana is
No, we're not doing it. We're too cool.
Got to get paid, man. And
We're
Kurt was
too
about
cool.
that cheddar. Kurt needed that money. These guys got paid scale. They needed the money.
That's all right. These guys are doing just fine.
They're doing just fine now, that's for sure.
I was so pumped to get these 2 new Pearl Jam songs. So fucking jacked. And they're among my favorite Pearl Jam songs to this day.
I have a hard time placing the scenes of the movie where these are played because it's always Cameron Crowe movies. The stuff's always playing in the background.
Yeah,
it's sort of at the forefront. I think Crown of Thorns is at the forefront of something just because that's.
I think they play Crown of Thorns 75 times in that movie.
Yeah,
it's the primary. It's like the score of the film.
And I was like, after listening to it again, I will cry to that song.
It's a great
Eventually,
one.
I will lose
one.
my shit. Something's going to happen in my life where that's going to be playing, and I'm going to vomit or cry.
I so badly wish we had more Andy Wood songs. I want more.
What a spectrum it would have been.
I love the vibe of the songs that he wrote.
The lyrics, the presentation, the whole thing would have worked. But we talked about, would there be Pearl Jam?
No.
If there would be no Andy.
Probably not.
Would there have been a Foo Fighters if Kurt hadn't died? I'm just saying.
Would never occur to me.
Well, I know, but like if there's.
But yeah, I'm sure we probably wouldn't.
Or if they did try, they would be just background people. Like, oh, okay, well, go back to your regular band. Like we do that a lot with people.
Yeah.
He was so much better. Phil Collins was so much better in Genesis.
That was a great fucking song.
Wonderful.
Oh, track 3, Chris Cornell, Seasons.
This was the one most people were very excited when I announced that we were doing the soundtrack.
Beautiful, great song. Damn, is it good. And this was like a whole fresh side to Chris Cornell. At this time, I was listening to Louder Than Love and Bad Motorfinger.
Right, and that was all like,
yeah.
And
this was a different vibe.
An acoustic vibe. And now, does he play guitar on this?
Yeah.
Is he the one playing guitar? This is all him.
This is just Chris.
It's a peek into the future, but it's nice to see someone so prolific. And as if the guy couldn't be talented, more talented.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. Somebody else was left in the lurch. Like, whoever the creator is said, like, give that shit all to one guy and left some other dude just sitting there, like, and he'll be able to pick up garbage all day. You know? And just let him do that. Fuck that guy. Let's give it all to Chris Cornell. Nothing wrong with picking up garbage, though. They get paid well, compensated. Good pensions, too.
Don't be offensive, Jerry.
I think I covered my bases there. So at this point, I'm not going to talk at all through this song.
What,
For the
Jerry?
first time, we might get a cease and desist because it is wrong to talk over this song.
I don't think it works that way, Jerry. What are you doing?
Getting that away from me. I don't want to talk.
Now I'm left.
God. Yeah. There you are. You got a bunch of couples. This guy shows up, takes all your women, and leaves. Playing this at a campfire.
Come on, Jerry.
I'm at a lost horse. There's nothing left. We still got 2 more albums of these guys. How many more
2 albums of who?
Of Soundgarden.
We got more than that, son.
I know, I understand. We have so many more, but how much praise can we heap upon this?
Let's try and find it.
I'm trying to find a negative here. I can't.
Hey, why, Jerry? That's the problem.
We're trying to find
You're always looking for a
There's
negative.
nothing to talk about. We've been sitting
Don't
there
look.
talking about
Don't even look.
We've been
Before a
sitting there talking
negative
about
should
these
even
guys.
be on your radar, it should fucking
It's not-
whack you
it's
in the
not-
head.
It's not on the radar. I'm just trying to find
Jerry.
something to talk about, but we can't because it's so beautiful. It's such a
Stop
beautiful
ruining it.
My job. We had like 37 seconds of silence, which is 15 seconds longer than how I need to do this thing. You know? We're not supposed to do that. Because there's got to be something he does wrong. And that's culture. That's American culture. You like to build someone up and then knock them down.
Guys,
And I can't knock
do you like what I sing?
They don't like when we talk, so you might as well sing through this whole thing.
Oh, wait, we had some fucking hate mail. You got a hate tweet.
I tried to segue into it, and then you just was like,
We'll read it later. There's
listen to
songs
this.
later that I don't give a fuck about. We'll read over
Listen to
them.
this. That's how you said,
We'll read it
"Shut up,
over.
Jerry.
We'll read it over like fucking Jimi Hendrix
I
because I don't
sing
care.
over Pearl Jam.
I know it's blasphemy, but
That was awful. You
I don't
just said.
give a
I can't
fuck.
believe you said that.
don't give a fuck.
I wasn't aware there was a Jimi Hendrix song. There's only 13
Well,
songs.
maybe
on
you
the
should
one
get
album.
aware of the actual album that we're ever talking
13.
about on the show, Jerry.
I did. I listened to it. It was like 13 songs. I
He
didn't know there
doesn't
was.
fucking know.
How many are there?
71 songs.
Oh no! I've got a mani petty to go to.
Now, what do you got there, Jerry? I'm just noticing your footwear. Just
These are Skechers. I thought I'd try something else.
wow.
They're comfortable.
It's like a brown leather Sketcher,
it's comfortable.
and you just have
The white sock.
a fluffy white sock.
A fluffy white
you
sock.
you do prefer you like the tall white sock.
It's what I have. I never buy socks. I
You know,
just
it's
get
so
given
funny.
socks.
I always point out sometimes how we do the exact opposite things.
Look
The
at us.
the only type of sock I don't have are tall white socks. I have zero.
I've never bought a sock in my life.
I have a lot of white socks, but they're like little short socks.
Yeah, I want those.
I have those, and I
Right.
have like
love ankle
taller
socks.
black socks, and I have taller like funky socks.
Listen, I've always liked the ankle sock. It works well with a sneaker and a shoe. I've liked it, but like for Christmas or birthdays or something, whatever.
But when you want a tall sock,
I
you
don't
want white.
I don't choose socks. I've never bought socks.
Where do they come from?
They just get gifted to me. Like, I
People
need
give
socks.
you just tall white socks? Your wife.
Not my wife, my kid, my dad, everywhere. I mean, if I
Really?
get given something, it's you need new socks, and just buy socks.
Hey,
People-
guys.
It's one of those things that you just do.
Guys, if you're one of Jerry's friends or family members, particularly, and you want to give him a gift, maybe for Christmas or Father's Day or even a birthday or Flag Day or anything,
Flag Day.
get this man some fun socks. All right, get him some fun socks. What do you
They're
like,
serviceable
Jerry?
socks.
What are you into? What kind of little doodads would you like on a sock? You want some hot dogs or some cars?
I don't know. It's a sock is a sock is a
Get
sock.
him some little car socks. He
Don't
loves
care about
cars.
socks. I don't like cars.
Get him ones with money, little money signs
Oh,
and Ben
God.
Franklin's.
Okay, so this is all me.
All right, get him some little Tupac socks. I've seen Tupac
Have you ever
socks.
seen that? And when people put them on, it does
Looks
not
great.
look like Tupac anymore.
Well,
it
sure.
stretches it out.
Get Jerry some socks. Track 4, Dyslexic Heart, Paul Westerberg. Love this. Kind of a fun little ditty.
Yeah, it's a ditty.
Or a doctor's eye chart, Jerry. Got a dyslexic heart. Woo, 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 woo.
See, this is like when I was listening to hip hop, what I thought the '90s era sounded like. Like, this did not appeal to me at all. It's too late.
This never would have been on my radar had it not been on an album with Pearl Jam. Like, this is the only way in for me. If this wasn't surrounded by Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains,
Yeah.
I never would have got here. But I like the song.
You know.
I love it.
They reminded me of like Joe Jackson.
I love Joe Jackson.
I love Joe
I fucking
Jackson.
love Joe Jackson. I don't love a lot of jams more, or I should say, love is different. But I don't get as excited when a song comes on often, more than Joe Jackson's "Steppin' Out."
Oh yeah, dude.
Stepping out. You fucking roll into a Wawa and that song is on. It is party time, bitch. Your night just got better. Your night just gets better.
Joe Jackson,
when
man.
Stepping Out comes on.
He had other songs. I swear to God, every one of them are great. I just don't know them except for "Stepping Out." You know. Stepping out.
Go, Paul.
Yeah, it's just this and yeah, Joe Jackson. I'm trying to think of somebody else. There's another guy who sounded like Elvis Costello, who
I don't give a fuck about
I
Elvis
wanted
Costello.
to be a fan of because he's a musical. Like everyone looks, he's like a god to a lot
Yeah.
of people. But like, I wanted to like him. Like I wanted to like the Pixies and I wanted to like the Melvins.
Right.
They
just didn't know how to make good jams.
I wanted to sound cool to people who knew things,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, I didn't.
And that's what this guy sounded like to me. Like, oh, you don't know Paul Westerberg.
Yeah,
Oh, you don't
yeah.
know shit. And you're going to be alone your whole life, you know?
Oh, wow. That's intense.
It's an earnest white boy rock. Some say that this movie was the impetus for Friends.
Yeah?
That it
Maybe.
follows along the same. The idea is there. It's been a loose way. But if you look at the haircuts, it's all the same. What I liked
Well,
about this
that
movie
was
was
just the
movie
era.
and the movie and the look is that. I mean, we all know what grunge looks like, and Matt, Dylan, Cliff did
Yeah.
that to a T, stealing Jeff Amen's gear. What I thought was interesting was the '90s formal wear, like the suits that I forget the guy's name. The suits they would wear, the hairstyles. Like Kira Sedgwick.
God, I just got a glimpse of the track list. It is so good.
That's not a bad. It's not a bad.
Oh yeah,
soundtrack.
Jerry. Speaking of Kira Sedgwick,
Yeah, I tried to get her.
you're
on.
fucking tweeting at the wrong woman.
No,
on the
I
internet.
I used her Twitter, and she has an Instagram. I have to do
Just
it. I have
going
to do
after
an
her all
Instagram.
over the place?
I need to get to Kira Sedgwick.
Yeah.
Well, my wife likes her too because she's in The Closer.
Now Kira Sedgwick, she's married to Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do anything nefarious. I just need her to do a quick intro to
Why
our
not?
podcast.
What do you mean nefarious?
I know I'm not trying to do anything dirty. Or like,
do you mean
get out-
dirty?
Like get weird with her.
Like what?
I just need her to do an intro to the podcast.
Why wouldn't you want to maybe do something a little weird with
I
her?
don't. I'm married. I don't need that. But Bridget
You're married,
Fonda or anybody
which is
else.
why you need that.
Is that right? So
Right
Kira
there.
Sedgwick walks in here. I'm allowed to do it. And she says, "Jer, it's time to get naked. Let's go."
You know what?
Is that
just
cheating?
in a crazy world? We know. All right, not realistic. But that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I don't want Kevin Bacon's wife.
But try for a moment to suspend disbelief. Okay, suspend disbelief. I'm not here. You know, for some reason you are.
Why am I in your garage?
Kira Sedgwick walks in.
Right.
She says, "Okay, Jerry. Not only are you
like
an
this.
intelligent, handsome man,
Thank you, Kira.
but I want to touch you the way adults touch.
Well, I made
Do you
a-
go for it, Jerry?
No, I made a promise of how. I say, Kira Sedgwick, I appreciate the offer.
All right, now that
But
now that
can
we're
you
done
hit-
with the Jerry lying
Can we
segment, this
hit
is
record so
track
you
number
say,
5,
"Listen to the
Battle of
grunge"?
Evermore, from Ann and Nancy Wilson,
I think
aka the Love Mongers, covering Led Zeppelin.
I think I tagged everybody in this movie.
I love this.
I love it too. But the heart is
They
talent.
do this so good.
The Wilson sisters are talented as hell.
Embrace the gloom and watch the night
Talk about another band that could harmonize. Heart could go. You think about it, they've been around forever. Magic Man.
They've been feuding in
Barracuda.
recent years.
Really? Why?
They weren't talking. They had some beef with their kids or something.
Oh. Well, I
They might be working it out now. I'm not sure. This is a great Led Zeppelin song, and they do a great version of it. And these ladies love Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Like, they are crazy about Led Zeppelin.
Well, even early albums, they were rock.
Just a few years back, they performed at the Kennedy Center Honors, which was honoring Led Zeppelin. And so they had all these bands playing Led Zeppelin songs. And, Led Zeppelin were in the stands there watching with Barack Obama and many others. And Heart came out and did Stairway to Heaven. And they fucking nailed it. They did a great version with Jason Bonham on drums, I believe, with that one. Did I make that up? I think that might be true. And yeah, you see Robert Plant in the stands crying. He sheds a tear. He's getting all worked up watching. It was wild. It's a wild performance. You should watch it.
That's the crown jewel of Led
a big
Zeppelin.
choir at the end.
Yeah.
Comes out. It's fucking watch it.
That's a
Kennedy
huge
Center
honor.
Honors.
That's a huge honor to have Heart do that song. If you think of Led Zeppelin, we think Kashmir and Stairway to Heaven.
Well, these chicks are so good. Man, they're talented.
Been around forever. Barracuda. I love this sound.
Little mandolin.
Yeah, I love the mandolin. Mandolin and harpsichord. If I hear anything in there, I'm like, oh, I want to hear some harpsichord. It's one of the things I like. Marilyn Manson would use harpsichords on occasion. I'm like, oh, I like this. I will listen to a harpsichord no matter what. That's why I listen to public radio 88.5 and stuff like that. I do that on occasion.
Now, every time I try to look at you, I look at your shirt.
You look at my Go Birds.
Take it.
E-H. I'm not going to do that.
I might have to actually edit the podcast now.
No, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to yell that.
It makes me so sad.
It's just a shirt. What's wrong
As
with
you just demonstrated, it's much more than that. It represents a culture, Jerry.
A culture.
That is
so
not
you
good.
are against a culture.
Yeah, it's the culture that. Don't get me started, Jerry.
No,
it's
no,
the only.
I
It's the
think
only
if you-
fucking scumbag organization that wanted to
Scumbag.
pay fucking Mike Vick money to come
Oh,
play.
you talking about the dog thing? He paid.
Oh, you know the dog thing, where he murdered animals in the most brutal. Don't get me started, Jerry.
He got the most stiff sentence for that type of thing.
And the Eagles didn't. They supported him. They gave him money.
They
That
brought
was
him-
that was
brought
his
him in.
punishment.
He was in jail for 2 years for that.
Yeah,
No one
and,
else
And
does
now
that.
here's millions of dollars.
No one else has done that. No one else has served time. Now
Really?
that's despicable.
No one else?
That's not like that. That's despicable. It is a despicable act.
He served less time because of who he is.
He served 2
And
years.
even as you just displayed, forget about Mike Vick and his terrible murderous ways and the organization that supports his bloodlust. Let's just consider the culture that you just demonstrated.
How's that with the yelling of the thing?
It's like, who are those people? Like, you just, I don't know.
It's sports people. It's a
describe
fandom.
the ideal.
There are a lot of sophisticated people out there.
Describe the ideal mate for your adult daughter when she one day reaches there, and tell me if he's that guy with the beer can up beside the head, shouting Eagles chants,
That's being
like that. Outside.
You're filing people,
You
which
know,
I'm told not to do.
Gets
here
carried
on a
out
consistent
by his
basis.
friends because he can't drink properly. What a
You're filing people in a you're putting
That's
people
right.
in a file.
I am.
And I'm told not to do that at all.
Yeah.
On a consistent basis on this goddamn thing.
I don't care. That's you, Jerry.
Oh, okay. So
not all things in the world are equal.
I see. Well, fuck you then.
Or rather,
Fuck you.
I shouldn't even use the term equal. Equal's not what I mean. Things can be equal, but not symmetrical. There's not. It's not the
this is
same.
not a symmetrical relationship. So you can do as you please and say as what you want, while I sit here and have to be subjected to your thoughts and everything you think is right. So
Yes.
while millions of people are football fans and enjoy one thing, you have put them in one bucket and said, like, now I'm right.
Track
Listen
6,
to the Grunge.
Chloe Dancer, Crown of Thorns from Mother Love Bone.
We listened to this a couple times. Listen, and
It's actually the cultural opposite of your shirt.
all right.
This song.
Wait, all right. And you got a dead guy floating
There's this
about.
song,
So
and then
my
there's
dig And there's
Eagles
representation
shirts.
of death in
EA.
space. So it's like there's two different things going on
Jerry,
here.
you're moving our whole table, you crazy man.
table's flimsy. This whole thing's fucking flimsy.
Paid $4,000 for this table.
Oh, shit. Was there an extra E at the end of the IKEA?
Yeah.
A, rather. God damn it.
That's right, Jerry.
What a fucking day.
That's this representative of Eagles fans. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Eagles fans. It's a shirt.
This is a great song.
You elitist prick.
You apologize for that.
No.
It's not right,
You
Jerry.
have filed millions of people into one thing.
I love you,
I love you.
and I
Listen,
know that you're better than this, and that's what I'm gonna say.
We are allowed to say these things to each other, and I apologize for calling you a prick. That's out of line.
It's out of line, Jerry.
You are elitist, and you can
No, I'm
admit
not.
that.
No, I'm not.
Admit that.
No, I just don't.
You don't like this. I understand. The dog thing, I get. I didn't even think about that before I put it on. I never do.
That's not even. But that's like that's not even the reason. That's like another reason on the pile.
It's so easy to bring that up, you know.
Well, it is.
It's the dog thing. He hasn't played in 10 years, but that's okay.
It's just the idea.
The idea
That
of
in the
fandom.
midst of all of that terrible everything, the Eagles were the one scumbag organization that was willing to
They're
go and be
also
like,
the ones who are more progressive as far as clean energy.
Jerry,
They also,
I'm just saying.
okay. There we go. Well, let's just
Progressive
agree
about
to disagree.
energy in that they want to save money on electricity.
I understand, but they're doing it. They're actually doing it. No one else
they
is
need
doing that.
the extra money to
Do you
pay
feel
any
the same
future
way? Do you
murderers
feel the
that come
same
along.
future murders? Ray Lewis was convicted of killing a guy, or at least allegedly helping out in some way.
Allegedly, it doesn't mean shit to anybody.
Okay, but he had a contract for the Ravens. Do you feel any one way about the Ravens?
Based just on an alleged situation.
Well, no, he had some sort of plea. I mean, was it the Chiefs brought
Jerry,
Alvin Kamara? Not
what are
Alvin
we even
Kamara.
talking about?
The Chiefs brought Kareem
This
Hunt.
is one
who
of the
beat
most
hell out of a
beautiful
woman.
songs literally in the world.
And we already heard it on our Patreon. So this is good. It's a beautiful song. We'll talk about this.
Hey guys, I'm
So
sorry for
subscribe.
Jerry.
Subscribe to the Patreon and hear us talk about this. We did it 2 months ago.
Say he who rides the pony must someday fall.
What it would have been if he didn't die. The lead singer archetype would have been changed.
I mean, you know, Andy was kind of in the middle there between what had been and what was coming. You know, I don't know. All I know is I love his whole deal.
Right.
But I especially love the vibe of the songs in the band that he had a hand in writing. He really had a vibe as a songwriter, and boy, it really speaks to me. I love all of their album, but
Would you say that artistically, though? I've heard some of your stuff. Artistically, I think it does have an influence on your work.
you think?
A little bit.
I don't know.
I listened to can we say your band's name?
My band?
Yeah.
You can say my band's name.
The Rolling Bones. That had a like this. To me, I think of a rock and roll lead singer. I think of something like this.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you say that
He wasn't up to the level of my vocals, but
What?
But sure.
What is this? Okay, yeah. All right, let's roll with that. But the okay. Well, that ends that conversation.
But he was good. I don't ever get tired of this song.
No, you can't. You can't. I tried.
We just let half the song play.
I just downplayed it, but God, it's the best song on the soundtrack to me.
Oh yeah,
Again.
this is your favorite?
Oh, yeah. You can't. You throw this gem on anything. The middle of an MC Hammer album, I'd be like, oh.
That would be a vast improvement. I think that would be the best song on that
Yeah,
album.
but like you put the Bach or Stravinsky, I mean anything like that, you throw that there. It's
Not
like,
Sebastian Bach
oh well.
of Skid Row.
But don't you think that they sort of are almost intertwined, those two? I mean, vocally, like they have a delivery that's almost the same. To me, I think rock and roll with this. Like, this isn't grunge. This isn't grunge.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. You know, again, what the fuck is grunge? I
Right.
don't even know. I'm forced to use this word, but
yeah,
I don't even know what
you
the
carve
fuck
it
that
out of
means.
foam board.
Yeah. I paid $4,000 for this sign.
A master foamist came in and constructed the sign. Foamist. I want to be a foamist. Joseph, I want to apologize for being aggressive.
Thanks, Jerry. I forgive you.
That's not what I mean. I legitimately got worked up there for a second and couldn't come up with a thought. I was just so like, oh, you fucking asshole! You brought the dog thing up, you know? Like, god damn it! It's so unfair. I didn't sign them.
If I were to go on like a dating dating app, you know, and I was scrolling through there perusing some women, if I saw a woman with any Eagles apparel on, it doesn't.
Is it
it
just
doesn't
the
matter.
Eagles, or is it just the Eagles?
Well,
You're entrenched in this, by the way. You will
no,
live,
but I mean, it's especially the Eagles.
but you live in this,
Right, it's terrible.
Where
It's
we live
unfortunate.
we live in a place called Delco, Delaware County.
Yeah.
It is that.
Yeah.
I mean, Philly, and then this, and these people are passionate.
It's very unfortunate.
Everyone has a goddamn bird.
It's sad.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's not sad.
It doesn't please me at all.
No. Flyers fan?
Yeah, I always was a Flyers fan. I mean,
Well, there we go.
I haven't followed hockey in years. I haven't had cable in over 10 years or something.
I haven't had cable in forever.
Like I don't watch games.
They can't. It's all on cable.
You know,
it sucks.
If a team has to win the Stanley Cup, I'd like it to be the Flyers, as long as all the Flyers fans promise not to damage our city if the Flyers win. If they're gonna damage the city, I want them to lose forever.
Okay.
Because we see the way Eagles fans do it when they win, and of course they're barbarians.
It's not true. It's not.
They climb fucking poles like wild animals.
Oh, no, they grease
They
the
destroy
pole. They grease the
everything.
poles here. Okay, but let's not do this to Mother Love. let's not do this to this song.
It's
I
disgusting.
just wanted to say I got a little worked up.
Well, I forgive you, Jerry.
Thank you, and I forgive you.
Just
for
never
being
support
wrong.
those people.
This
If
was a gift.
you're any members of Jerry's friends and
Hey, listen,
family,
before you talk,
and you want to get him a present
before you say a
for
word,
Father's Day
before
or
you say a word,
Christmas,
this was given to me by my mother.
never do
Who was
that.
a Patreon.
Jerry's mom, we love you
She's an
and
Eagles
appreciate
fan, so
your
let's
support
not-
very much.
Yes.
He has
like
all
it.
the Eagles apparel he ever needs. So no more of that, please. Thank you.
God, I can't believe we talked about that over this song. It's downhill after this because this is the best song.
Track 7 coming up, Birth Ritual from Soundgarden.
I love that they gave them this song. Like you got
Yeah.
mainstream appeal, all right, man. He's like, okay,
yeah.
let me do a song that's fucking bonkers.
Wait, do you not like Birth Ritual?
No, I love it. It's avant-garde. Like the whole thing
Yeah.
is off time, and it's a different.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird song.
Chris goes fucking supersonic.
He does
on this jam.
Only dogs can hear
his vocals
what he's doing.
Are fucking
you know?
out of control.
Like the whole thing is just off the wall.
Weird. It's like they're weird heavy.
Right. And I love it. But, you can't put Crown of Thorns on an album. My kind of lover. I like that backwards reverb. Maybe I should get high in front of these things.
Psychedelic, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
And I don't remember in the scene in the movie where this was playing. I don't know. Like
Soundgarden plays this in the movie.
Oh, in the movie.
They're
I
on
can't
stage
remember.
playing this song.
Oh, there must be something else going on. There always is. Campbell Scott. That was one of the actors in this.
Yep.
I admired his hair.
And
Good
Bridget
hair.
Fonda.
Bridget Fonda.
Never
who's
forget Bridget Fonda.
Ageless. She does not age. She looks the same. They had a screening of this movie I was reading at an apartment complex, and people thought they saw Bridget Fonda there, but it wasn't Bridget Fonda. It was her mother.
Oh.
Jane showed up.
What? They do not look alike.
No, that was the thing. Jane showed up, but Bridget could not be bothered. The place that they played this in is closed now. I believe it's a hotel of sorts. I was reading about facts, yeah, because the soundtrack doesn't, like we talked about earlier, there's not a lot of facts about the soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a compilation album.
Compilation album, you know. But the movie you can read all about.
Sure.
It's got a good Rotten Tomatoes score. You know, does what
Now
it's
we're
supposed
gonna
to
do something with the movie. We
Yes.
haven't quite figured it out
The
yet.
date is what we're trying to work out.
We are gonna watch the movie, guys. We're gonna do an episode of the movie itself.
A watch along of sorts.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try and do a watch along.
I think we talked about it, and again, we're not gonna promise anything, but we're trying to do it streaming, so that we, you know, a little bit of interactivity,
Right.
At least. And I'm working on that along with the video game thing, which I
Listen
should have
to
done.
Chris. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's killing it. Like when he's not singing, you know he's singing because only cats and dogs can hear what's going on here. He's sonic.
God damn, he is a
Jesus.
fucking powerhouse.
And
Oh my lord.
And I'm not trying to find something negative about him, but there's always so much good about him. Like it's like, fuck, dude, an embarrassment of riches. This man was so talented, and he was skinny. It wasn't like John Popper
Yeah.
from Blues Traveler, who was super talented, but like he had one knock on him is that he needed a jog.
He was thin, and
He wasn't thin, you know. I mean,
Chris
this
was
guy
thin and fit.
was beautiful. Can you imagine playing drums, or you're sitting there playing guitar, and this thing's happening in front of you, and you're like, God damn, I want to be a lead singer. Everyone in that band wanted to be a lead singer.
Well, unless you're Matt Cameron, who is not only the drummer of Soundgarden, he's the fucking drummer of Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Oh, and the drummer of Temple of the Dog. Like, fuck everybody else. Matt Cameron's the baddest motherfucker of all,
Yeah,
maybe.
he might equal Phil Collins in greatness there.
Oh, God, here he goes again.
Right now, glass is breaking. Ooh, Jesus. And it doesn't sound bad. It gets higher and higher.
God damn, son. That's out of
Essential
control,
Chris
man.
Cornell right there.
Oh, my
You want to
gosh.
see range? You want to hear range?
And then listen to this.
Just a forever guy. I mean,
Nobody's better than Chris Cornell.
No.
I'm going to say it right now.
No.
he's the greatest of all time.
I mean, I'm
He's
trying to
the
think-
greatest of all
I'm trying
time.
to think of vocalists that can equal that. And
Who can fuck with this dude? In this era, Chris Cornell, circa 92, 93, there is no one
No one.
who can fuck with this.
Not that type of range.
Oh
I mean,
my
I like
God.
that. We talked about Mike Patton, but he's frustrating as that he never really shows off.
Patton is great.
He can do these
Nothing
types
against
of
him.
things.
He is amazing and versatile. But fuck, man, as a rock and roll powerhouse frontman,
No one
Chris
better.
Cornell is everything you could want.
Blues, R&B. He did that later. You know, I mean, there even earlier with Seasons.
He's out of control.
Just
How is that a real man's voice?
why don't we just call it the Garden? Take this grunge thing down. Just call it the Garden and just do Soundgarden songs.
And they are just grimy as fuck.
So good. Gets you amped up.
Yeah.
As I'm saying, this song is so wacky, and it's just a vehicle so Chris Cornell can be great.
I love that we just talked about and argued about an Eagles shirt.
And then I felt bad because I legitimately got angry at you. I was like, man, fuck you! I called you an elitist prick. It's a shirt. A shirt is a shirt is a shirt. You know what? Though you get less flack. I wore a shirt from Cradle of Filth that said, "It's terrible now." I was young, you know. It said, "Dead girls don't say no."
Oh.
And I never
Oh,
caught
well,
any.
there you go.
I never
Back
caught
to
any-
the necrophilia.
I never caught any flack for that.
Yeah.
But every time I wear a brown shirt or an Eagle shirt, I get murdered. I was like, "Fuck the Browns." You know?
Okay, going into track 8, the other Pearl Jam song, State of Love and Trust. Great song.
Right.
They actually did this song during the Unplugged, but it was not released as part of the official thing, the show.
I just know what's coming. You're gonna sing. I'm told to stop talking while you sing. There we go.
Come on, Cherry, this is good as shit.
It's good. I heard it last week. It's fantastic. Eddie Vedder has Vedderisms. Like how we say child and fire and all that stuff.
They were funky as fuck back in the day.
They still are. I mean, the level of talent in this band is staggering. Like, musicians-wise, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Eddie Vedder. Was it always my cup of tea? You know? No.
This is great, though.
This is a good song. They're all good songs. He doesn't fuck up. It helps their sound, you know? It's their thing.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Deep. How do you produce a band like this?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Yeah, you gotta pick a level. Who's where they're at, and how to make it work. How do you do that? How do you separate one entity from the other? The whole band is there's not one shitty player in any of these.
Hell no.
You know? There's no one in here.
These dudes are badass.
It's got to be hard to produce that.
This band, I mean,
Hard to hide the negative.
those early years of Pearl Jam were so fucking powerful.
And I think that's what soured me on them is the later years. Like I had a rough go with some of the other ones. I just.
Yeah, I mean, they're still. I mean, look, I'm not gonna love Pearl Jam's newest album as much as I love some of the early albums, but they're still legit.
They're legit. I don't know. I don't know if that's me getting old though. Like when this made sense.
Sure.
Like this reason we like a lot of this is because there was a time we were young and full of life and vigor. It still maybe are now, but not really.
Well, we love. It's a recording of young men when they were on fire. And that's potent. They were on fire with a still at this point a new, just explosive chemistry between the group of them. They got together and made this fucking sound that was amazing. They were all clearly aware of it and leaning into it. And it was just some potent shit that they had going on there for a while,
Yeah.
Eventually everybody suffers versions of the same fate, which is just the passing of time. Mm-hmm. It gets everybody.
Yeah, it's a drudgery.
Track 9 is Overblown from Mudhoney. I don't really give much of a fuck, but it's cool.
It's a band that we hear a lot of.
Yeah, they were certainly an important part of the early days there. I was never personally much of a Mudhoney fan, but they're fine.
I remember.
I'm not against them.
Yeah, I can take it.
It's cool.
I appreciate the punk influence, and I appreciate the idea that it's short. But I never
could take it or leave it.
But this sounds like a good bar song. Like if I was at a bar, I'd be like, I'll tell a shot Jameson and a beer, and then that's it. Yeah, it just never appealed to me.
It's a song.
But we have to give them their credit. They were instrumental in the popularity of the scene at the time. But you can't go from Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Mudhoney. Yeah, it's gonna feel like a fart in church, man. I bet great band. Yeah, this is the conversation. This is on in the movie in the background low, while somebody else is doing something else. Right. You don't feature this. The only thing I remember from this movie is the singles videos. The videos of them watching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the bike guy is simply the best. I was like, hey, that's the guy from 30 something.
I wish we still had like video dating services.
I would love
like that.
Well, one of my ideas was to help with this was for us to I didn't tell you about it, but was to do the video dating service video. And then that would help with of us doing what we're looking for in a woman and all this stuff, and then put it on our Instagram or something like that, and then saying singles coming out Monday or something like that.
I would like to know about what you're looking for in a woman.
Oh, I wouldn't tell anybody. No one knows anything about my politics or what I really dig in any real life. Apparently, I'm never showing any type of fandom for a sports team ever again on this thing. I'm leaving that shit alone. I don't fucking want to come into that.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
They're still playing this song, aren't
Yep, that's still going.
They're just still playing it.
Don't worry about it. It's only 2 minutes and 58 seconds long.
they? All right. Felt like a little longer, didn't it? It feels long.
Come on, man. Let's not trash Mudhoney. They have
Fuck
they
Mudhoney.
have a couple songs they like.
Track
They
10,
have-
Waiting for Somebody. Back to Paul Westerberg for one more.
Right. Do you like Caucasian music? Paul Westerberg is the guy for you.
Waiting for somebody. Jerry came my way. All my life, waiting for that Jerry.
I appreciate it.
Whoa, yes.
Did they put clapping in this?
Oh, yeah.
I used to always think that's a secret to any type of top 20 hit.
I love putting clapping in
Is
my
that you
jams.
put
I fucking
clapping
love
in
it.
People will love
I
it.
love it.
That's why In the Club by 50 Cent was so popular. It's called clapping. That's what I think of
I like this jam. Come on.
it. It's lighthearted and fun.
Makes me want to just groove with you, Jerry.
But this was what I didn't want to hear back when I was a kid when this stuff came out.
I'll never now be able to hear this song without thinking and singing Waiting for Some Jerry.
Little Jerry.
Waiting for my
Little
Jerry.
and Yo Phantom. Yo Phantom and Little Jerry coming out.
Waiting for the day when I get my little Jerry.
Come on, man.
Hey, hey.
God, that was so white. Man, I'm so.
Woo, I'm stoned.
It made me so happy. I was listening to something else. Man, Mudhoney and Paul Westerberg are a severe left turn on this album. Gonna go to a coffee bar.
Come on, man. He's emotional.
I like mayonnaise and almonds in my chicken salad. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's not cool, Jerry.
Hey, Ruben at 2 in the morning. What's our tea time?
Jerry.
I'm gonna get the card. Love being white. Got a sensible car and a minivan. Yeah, man.
Jerry. Whoa, girls.
Put on my Crocs. Tuck in my collared shirt with my shorts on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can really tell the difference. So we're on track 10 of 13. And you can really see what they just shoved at the end of the album versus the whole rest of the track list.
They have Jimi Hendrix, coming up.
You got like the first 8 songs, and then you got the other ones.
Well, no, I think when it comes up, this will be the first introduction to a band we keep on hearing about that we should be doing. I'm just saying,
yeah.
In Screaming Trees. That's coming up, and then Smashing Pumpkins. It's top heavy for us, but for other people,
For sensible people, it's top heavy.
Paul Westerberg. Thank you.
I do love that jam, though.
It's a fun
I can't
little
shit on
ditty.
Paul Westerberg. I like it.
I just did.
We're getting into track 12 now. Nearly Lost You from Screaming Trees.
This is the first appearance of a very popular band.
I mean,
It's one we get asked about.
Semi-popular.
It's one we get asked about. I thought the name sucked. I didn't listen to them back in the day merely because of what they were called.
right.
But I didn't hate this song,
No.
but I didn't hear.
No, and
anything else.
I dig Mark Lanigan like pretty often. I'm into
Yeah.
some stuff that he does. I was just mostly ignorant to Screaming Trees. Like nobody I was hanging out with was into them. I didn't hear much of them, and I just was like, okay, they're Screaming Trees.
Right. I remember the video. It looked like every other video, but I did like this. I did like this chorus. Lost you there. Man, I know we do most of what we do, all of what we do is 90s, right? This feels like 90s shit. All of it. Like I normally the other bands that we do, I don't really get a feel for the time.
Yeah.
It's not like it's evergreen, you know? This feels of that time, you know?
Yeah.
Like and after this is like Smashing Pumpkins, like like I'm suddenly thrust back into it. But I think this is where this time is when like super cognitive memory for us at least going through change like different parts of our lives, different experiences is where it's going to come back rushing in vivid detail.
Yeah.
As far as like experiences towards this music. And most of my grunge stuff came sitting in a basement watching it on a TV. Beavis and Butthead, this, Liquid Television. It's all going to come back. I tried rollerblades when this song was popular for the first time.
Yeah, I don't care about this song that much.
It's there, but I'm telling you what I did during it. Like I'm just trying to find a way
No,
to make
but
it
I'm just
interesting
thinking like
here.
are you into this?
I don't mind the song.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind Toad the Wet Sprocket sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's there. Or Tonic.
Wow, I never listened to any of those bands.
There's one song on Tonic I know,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like I'll listen to it if it's there. If it's on, like if I have no control of the radio, I won't be
Like
upset.
I couldn't tell you a song from them. I don't know them.
I thought if you could only see, I think it's
I'm sure if I heard it, I'd
If
probably
you
know like
could
they probably had a
only
hit, you know?
see the way she loves me, maybe you'd understand.
I would turn that off, I think.
I don't, but if I don't have control of the radio,
Yeah.
then I'd be fine with it.
Yeah. I would either find a way to get control of the radio or just kill myself right then.
You push the driver out the door.
Fuck it. It's not worth it anymore. If this is what life is, I don't want it.
Well, it's life for 4 minutes.
It's not worth it. Why suffer through
All
anything?
right, yeah. Well,
Why
Smith.
suffer when you can just end your pain?
inconvenience.
Yeah. I've always felt that people should come with a Touch ID enabled self-destruct button,
They should have a countdown though. It needs a countdown.
like a 3-second countdown.
No, it needs 10 because that shit. You might. Oh no, not now. I like
Yeah.
like this. The Enterprise would always have a countdown, and that's how I think self-destruct has been introduced. To me, it was a like it's happening. Everything's going red.
yeah.
You know.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
how my self-destruct.
Yeah,
would
10
go.
seconds, I guess.
Because you might reconsider. Like, oh, all right, everything's okay.
Yeah.
The tonic song's over now.
Right.
I don't hate this song. We're gonna have to cover them one day.
I don't have to do shit.
The people are clamoring for it.
So what? You're clamoring for just a giant pile of cocaine. It doesn't mean I'm going to give it to you.
I would like that giant
I
pile
know.
of cocaine. I've been
I know
asking
you
for
would.
months for it.
I know.
If we're talking about mushrooms, why can't I?
You've
have
tried
it?
cocaine?
In a past life, I
Yeah.
have tried cocaine.
I have never.
No, it doesn't surprise me.
I have no desire.
No, it's a frustrating drug. It's stupid. It's the dumbest.
To
thing
me,
in the
that's
world.
drugs.
That is drugs.
Like that's drugs.
It's good. It's
Like
good
I'm
at the
not.
time.
I'm not into it.
I've done it. I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of drugs.
All right, there goes that song. We're going into track 13, which is "Drown" from the Smashing.
The first
Pumpkins.
appearance of Smashing Pumpkins on the Grunge.
Whoop-dee-doo.
Come on, man. Stop shitting on these people.
Oh wait. Oh wait. What?
The fuck?
I don't know. I can't.
The
I don't
fuck
know.
is going
I'm
on?
trying to find a good sound for Smashing Pumpkins. There you go.
That's not a good sound.
All right.
This is a good song. Turn it up.
Maybe it is.
Not bad. It's whimsical.
Same kind of thing with Smashing Pumpkins. Like they were always there.
They were massive.
They had a good handful of jams that I thought were cool, but I never loved a Smashing Pumpkins.
Every
record.
girl I ever dated loved them.
Yeah.
The melancholy and the infinite sad
Yeah.
that thing. And
I like this.
1979 was a good song. I mean, you think you don't think of them until you hear like the album. You're like, oh, okay, I remember them, and you're happy that it's happening.
I mean,
I don't
Billy's
hate Smashing
voice
Pumpkins.
can be an issue.
Yeah, what was that bullet with butterfly wings? I was like, Jesus.
Well,
fucking
no,
Christ.
like I kind of dig that.
Yeah, but come on. When he gets into a high
Yeah.
pitch, it hurts. Like this is what I want him to be all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the big one? Oh, the big one. That was
Siamese Dream.
yeah, Siamese Dream, man.
Was this on that?
I don't know.
You think I would know?
I don't know that shit. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I was never just way into Smashing Pumpkins.
But I think if we listen to the album back, it would be at least a nostalgia trip.
Well,
Like,
we will. We're gonna listen to some. We're gonna do some Smashing Pumpkins.
just to try not to shit on them.
Well, I'm gonna be honest about it. I don't know, whatever it is.
If I was honest this whole time, I would have just given up and played Ghostface Killer. I would just ripped out a thing and put my own shit.
It's not cool, Jerry.
Yeah, this is fun. It's nice. It's like I can see myself in a canoe, or a car ride. We're going.
This
for
is
fun.
this is stoned in the grass beside the river.
Oh, the girl in a flower dress, a sundress.
Yeah,
no
under
bra.
the tree.
No bra.
Under the tree by the river.
With the stereotypical picnic basket.
Donnie is sleeping there in the grass.
I don't want that gremlin anywhere near me in my
You stop it. How fucking dare you? He's cute as fuck.
Because that thing would attack me. I mean, he's so much happiness.
He only
in him.
freaks out for a couple minutes and then he's chill.
So much.
He just gets
happiness.
so excited.
I love the happiness in that dog. Let's not do it right now, because this is where I'll cry over the dog.
He just gets so excited, you know?
I know.
He's full of
that
love.
dog. I wouldn't want a dog in my picnic though.
Well, yeah. Donnie is a bit of a snack hound.
Well, now you'd have to deal with lantern flies.
Donnie stole some Scooby snacks from your daughter
Yeah, that's fine.
recently when she was over.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right. She loves that shit. My daughter wanted so badly to come over here for that dog, for those dogs. She loves those dogs.
What, today?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Today, Daddy's gonna talk about mud honey and get yelled at, and then yell back.
Don't ever yell back, Jared. That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah?
Don't yell back.
Our dynamic is that of a
What, Jerry?
a sub and a dom.
Yeah.
A dom and a sub. I said I made a joke about that, and then I was like, man, let's not hope that. I hope that's not real. I'm not
Guys,
doing
if
that.
you're good at making like photoshopped memes and stuff,
Yeah.
can you get some pictures of me and Jerry?
Yeah, I don't want that. Though I'll entertain it. I love creativity.
Yeah. We should have some kind of like fan art contest.
Yes, all 12 of our fans can do that.
Dude, we could totally have a fan art contest.
Wow, what do you want?
We'll give away something cool. I have all kind of shit to give away. Like, we're eventually going to do some giveaways.
Yeah, we have to get that. We have to do that.
We're gonna.
I got I was gifted a Cleveland Indians jersey. I got to get rid of this fucking thing.
Yeah,
I
throw it away,
I
Jerry.
never wear it. I've never worn
Just
it.
throw that
Even
away.
then, it was offensive.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Guys, do not buy Jerry any
So
sports.
how about we
memorabilia.
give that away
Or
on one of the
apparel.
Patreon?
Well, let's give that away to the trash.
It is offensive. Chief
Yeah,
Wahoo
I'm sure.
is not cool.
We're about halfway through this song.
I know. They did not care about your time and if you had things to do that day. Smashing Pumpkins was maybe cool if we just stopped it. All right, that's it. Jimi Hendrix was more conscious of how long a song should be.
I can dig this, though. I'm not shitting on it. This is groovy to me.
No, the whole thing.
I would like it, I'm not like super familiar with it,
Well,
but I do like it.
Well, we're going through what we sometimes go through with some of these albums, where like the top half is
Yeah.
so good, and then you get into the back half, and you're like, oh, because
I could dig this. Maybe I just need to get
Your
myself
eyes
in the
wearing
mood
off, too.
one day
Your eyes
and
wearing off.
spend a little time with Smashing Pumpkins.
Why not? I would gladly do a deep dive with that. I don't mind Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
He later, Billy Corgan later went out and got into pro wrestling. Like he
Right,
owns the
yeah.
NWA or at least the trademark now, and got into TNA and all that other stuff. Became an on-air personality and convinced Marilyn Manson to give a song as an entrance theme to.
This is a little obnoxious for the sake of obnoxious.
Is this James
I think.
Eha?
Probably Billy.
Billy.
Probably is.
Chris Cornell could hit that tone though with his voice,
Yeah.
like a man.
What's the matter, Jerry? They've lost you?
They lost me. They lost me here.
Can we go back to the Little Jerry song? That was a fun song.
The fun
All
song.
my life, wait for some Jerry. Wow, wow, wow.
I like
Whoa, yeah.
it does feel like raisins and walnuts and chicken salad, which is like the worst thing in the world. But every time I talk about when I talk to some of my African American friends, they say like, you white guys can't make chicken salad. You always throw some extra shit in there that isn't supposed to be there. It's a consistent and real thing. And that's what Paul Westerberg is. Westerberg is
Yo.
raisins and walnuts.
Jedi.
Ooh. I like that.
Do
for
you
some
want
reason.
to go skydive today?
No, I have
Jerry.
things to do today.
What do you have to do today?
I got lots to do today. I got to hang out with my daughter. I got to follow
Isn't
up
she
on
there
some-
at home every day?
I'm not.
Come on, Jerry.
I'm not. I work a lot.
Yeah,
I work a ton.
you work a lot.
Why do you judge me? You obviously know. That's why we're doing this Wednesday morning, you know? Shit, I would love to do this
you
on
have a
Saturday.
job now, Jerry? Really? Do you have a job?
You're stuck there. Oh, Jesus, I just need 5,000 more $10 patrons and we're fucking good, you know? Then I can get out of that shit. He can have his Tesla. and
Guys,
I
look,
can
we
quit.
do that. We spend a lot of time on this show.
And I'm
Mostly me,
in our free time. Well,
but just
you
kidding.
don't have a real job.
So, if you ever do feel inclined to support us in some way, we put a good amount of effort into doing Patreon bonus episodes every single week.
Mm-hmm.
So you could double the amount of
run.
episodes. Join us over there on the Grunge Plus.
Grunge Plus.
Grunge Plus.
It's not called Fuck Yeah, dude.
Whatever.
I love Grunge
So
Plus.
join us over there on Patreon. Link on our
It's like an
website,
application. You got Grunge Plus.
Grunge Plus.
7 minutes of fucking feedback. It's gonna be.
Yeah, all right, Billy Corgan. I mean, what are we talking
No,
about
keep
here?
it going. We got to let this ride out.
Yeah, we've got a little longer here.
Did not match the rest of the album, which is okay. Thank you, Cameron Crowe.
Well, there goes that. Thank you, Smashing Pumpkins,
Great
for that
noise.
climactic
Way to
moment.
fucking kill the album.
Climactic fucking ending to that.
That was not the sudden stop I wanted. That was legitimately a train slowing down as it should.
I really, really, really love that Soundgarden song.
Oh, yeah.
I really fucking love that Chris Cornell song.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those Pearl Jam songs I fucking love so
let's
much.
Let's go down the line for the first part of that album, man. Let me see here. You got...
What do we got?
What the fuck?
Okay.
We got Wood.
Love it.
Breath.
Hey,
Seasons.
wait, don't rush, Jerry.
I'm saying Wood.
I love it.
Fucking great. Breath. Obviously, you're going to love that. I'm okay with it. Seasons.
Love it.
Love that. Dyslexic Heart.
I love it.
I was okay with that. Battle of Evermore.
Love it.
Just jumps out at you. Then, of course, Crown of Thorns.
Love it.
Chloe Dancer. Fucking great.
Yep.
Naming my niece, by the way, Chloe. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Birth Ritual.
Love it.
On it. And I don't have to say what the next one is. And you know you like that one. State of Love and Trust.
Love it.
Okay. Overblown. Now this is when shit starts hitting the skids.
They can go fuck themselves.
Okay, waiting for a bad barbecue chicken salad.
Waiting for Lil Jerry. I love it.
May this be love.
What, Jerry?
It nearly lost you there by the screaming trees.
Wait, you're trying to skip Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah, it was because it's probably not going to be in this.
Well, no, it'll be in this, but it just may not survive on YouTube.
Okay. Well, may this be love.
It's fine.
I don't hate it. I don't hate any Jimi Hendrix. I don't have a
fine.
problem with Jimi
Yeah,
Hendrix.
same. It's fine.
You know, I nearly lost you by the screaming trees.
I don't need it.
For nostalgia purposes, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I have no memories of that song.
I do. Drown. The Smashing Pumpkins. 8 minutes and 16 seconds long. 9 minutes of it.
It's a great 4.5 minute song.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
The last part of it is the plane landing.
Yeah.
It is loud and you're just glad it's over.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah.
That needed to be shorter.
Yeah.
In a big fucking way. All right. So I say this is a rousing success for the first 8 songs. And then the last 44 minutes of the Smashing Pumpkins song really killed it.
Great soundtrack,
Great
though.
soundtrack.
All along. I mean, you know,
Yeah. I mean,
all in all,
well,
it is great.
How many albums do you have where you skip like 1 or 2 songs?
Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy we did this, and really people really love this soundtrack. You know, I got the most.
I really love it.
I got the most response out of it on Twitter, where people are like, "I love this," and everyone's like, "Fuck yeah, fuck yeah!" I hope we did it some level of justice. We covered a ton of subjects today.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Well, we covered not a ton, but
what have we talked about
we
today?
Faced
recap for us.
Recap.
Maybe that's
so
maybe that's a segment. Let's recap, Jerry.
Well, we don't want to do too much banter.
Oh, okay.
Because that shit's woefully bad.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to read the woeful?
Oh yeah, we got some
You want to
piece
read
of
that? No, we got a fantastic new fan.
All right.
Who
what did this
who
person?
gave us a very honest critique.
Okay.
Here we go.
What do we got here?
This is from the @fake_J_Worrell. J Worrell.
Fake J.
I've just started listening to @the Grunge Pod. If you skip past the woeful banter that is the first half of each episode, something which plagues American podcasts, it becomes really cool nerd fest and listen along with the best style music there ever was.
Oh, it plagues American podcasts.
Yeah,
So does
not
that
just
he's
ours.
probably outside the country?
Oh yeah, these most of my Twitter is UK and Ireland.
Really? Why
Yeah.
is that?
Just because that's just who I friended somebody who's from there. The Overblown, fantastic, retweets our stuff, great Twitter follower.
All right, well that's fair. He just doesn't understand American culture.
So I said, while the banner part stings, it is accurate to a certain extent. Thanks for helping the cause when he retweeted us. And he tweeted back. Yeah, shorten it up or drop it all together. I love the podcast, but honestly, no one cares.
Wow.
I was like, okay, I like that, but what do I say to him? Like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, what a douche.
Nah, man, he's all right. He speaks for the real Jay
Shorten
Worrell.
it up or drop it all together. Oh my God.
This is well, you said earlier I think you said like 2 episodes ago, this is the show we do.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing listening?
This is, and then you look at him and go, and then you turn around and says, either you fucking like it or you fucking don't. Just click the button.
Unless you're like this guy, in which case you like it but don't understand it.
Or you just
Because you're too fucking dumb. How dare you insult what we do?
Fake Jay, you're fine
You
with me.
motherfucker.
You're fine with me. He's just going to skip through the first 40 minutes.
That's fine.
Until he gets to
Hey,
the
like I say,
music.
just
That's fine.
click the button.
Just click. Whether you like it.
Now, if you like our episodes without the banter, you're probably missing out on all your favorite episodes, which take place on our Patreon channel, because those are the information-heavy, banterless episodes. On that one, we always go right into the music and give a bunch of information. Yes, we do, Jerry. All right. So whatever your name is, Mr. Negative Twitter Farn Guy,
No, he's cool.
join us on Patreon and we'll give you exactly what you want. Okay? Everybody else out there, we love you and appreciate your time and the attention that you give us. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again soon. Don't be a square.